In the 1920s, Henry Gerber was stationed in Berlin, Germany during World War I. Gerber would become the first gay trailblazer to fight for equal rights in the LGBTQ community, bringing the first wave of voices for every generation to come. Stationed in Germany, he discovered the gay nightlife where gay men formed a community, something Gerber had never seen, wanting to bring the same environment to Chicago, Illinois. In 1924, Henry Gerber formed the Society for Human Rights, becoming the first gay organization in America, producing the first gay newsletter called Freedom and Friendship. Gerber was later arrested, lost his job, papers were confiscated, and lost life savings, but continued his activism in New York until he died in 1972.
Very simply, the Mattachine Society is an organization dedicated to mutual understanding between society and the homosexuals, in a society that rejects any form of sex outside of the prescribed Judeo-Christian moral code.
In 1950, Harry Hay founded the Mattachine Society in California. It is a space for gay men to talk about political and social issues in their community. It formed a sense of community to give the chance for people to share their personal experiences, a chance to have fun and be their authentic selves. These brave young men needed to overcome oppression and fight to dismantle anti-gay legislation, even when it was illegal to do so.
They believe in our cause and therefore they work with us, and many of them have to work secretively and very much on the sly, because if it were known that they were backing a reform of this type, they would be in serious trouble socially and perhaps even employment-wise.
Gay people would be arrested. They didn't know they couldn't be arrested. They figured they were guilty for being gay, and so they got arrested. And very few, if any, fought back.
In 1955, Phyllis Lyon and Del Martin founded the Daughters of Bilitis in San Francisco, California, becoming the first lesbian organization in America and safe space for lesbians to seek help.
Founded as a very secret social club and a means of getting together without going to the bars, which were frequently raided, and to be able to, meet in each other's homes and have socials. And
the organization hosted public forums to teach people about homosexuality, providing support to single, partnered, and parenting lesbians, a sense of community for queer and straight women. Thanks to this brave couple, they pushed young women for years to fight for gay equal rights and spread a voice for womanhood in the feminist movement.
What really happened that night at Compton's cafeteria has been all but forgotten. It wasn't a catfight between screaming queens. It was a riot, and it kicked off a new movement for human rights.
In August of 1966, a policeman unjustly arrested a drag queen for being a transvestite. She later threw a cup of coffee on the officer, starting riots, breaking windows, and throwing tables in the diner, eventually banning transgenders and drag queens in the diner, causing another riot, and got no media coverage, but it became the first queer uprising against police brutality. This would not be the first nor the last time the police targeted queer people. The community is just getting started.
For me, there was no bar like the Stonewall.
The Stonewall Inn was a nightlife where drag queens, gay men, and transgenders were able to have a space to have fun and experience a sense of identity and a safety net until they were ambushed by the police, arresting them for the illegalization of gay clubs. The community retaliated, causing a brutal fight with the police. The Stonewall riot would become America's most important gay liberation.
Why are you here today? Darling, I want my gay rights now. I think it's about time the gay brothers and sisters got their rights.
I have been beaten. I have had my nose broken. I have been thrown in jail. I have lost my job. I have lost my apartment for gay liberation.
Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera founded the Street Transvestites Action Revolutionaries in New York City after being in the front lines of the Stonewall riot. The organization helps the homeless by providing shelter and clothing to trans youth, drag queens, sex workers, immigrants, and low-income people. The organization later spread to Chicago, California, and England for 3 years until it was shut down but their activism still strived for the next generation to come.
I am today an out lesbian, okay, who just sued the United States of America, which is kind of overwhelming for me.
Edith Winsor and Thea Sprayer were together since 1967, and for the next 30 years together, finally married in 2007 in Canada. But in 2009, Thea Sprayer passed away, leaving assets for Edith, but prevented since the United States government never acknowledged their marriage due to the Defense of Marriage Act of 1996, taxing Edith $500,000. She later sued the American government, taking her case to the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court has announced its decision in Windsor versus the United States, and we won everything we asked and hoped for. Wow.
The Supreme Court favored Edith, passing into law the Same-Sex Marriage Act, making it the first successful legislation for the LGBTQ community in American history.
If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
In today's society, there is more awareness and support for the LGBTQ community through media and entertainment outlets. The increase of support has made it acceptable to come out of the closet and be our true, authentic selves, where we can celebrate sexual orientation and identity.
Our coming together today is a resistance. We come with demands for justice, for equity. We come today peaceably.
In 2016, in Orlando, Florida, the Pulse nightclub shooting has become the first hate crime massacre in the queer community, killing 49 people and injuring 50, making it the scariest time to die for your own sexual orientation. Having to lose our transgender brothers and sisters, and in 2022, Texas legalized transgender youth as child abuse, starting CPS investigations and breaking up families. 2022 is poised to become the year of the most anti-gay legislation in the United States, stated by the Philadelphia Inquirer. If you want to join the fight and help support the community, please join the Human Rights Campaign to petition for the Equality Act. Scan the QR code to help fight for LGBTQ rights and protection. Join the Trevor Project to support suicide prevention. And if you or someone you know needs help, call 866-488-7386. Thanks to viewers like you, we can fight for equality and promote awareness for the LGBTQ community. Together, we can evolve society.